Okay, y'all, my Mercury and Aries self was really irritated. I was annoyed, okay? That's just what happened. Somebody pissed me off because this lady really tried to tell me that logic and emotions were the same thing. They were not two completely separate entities. And I was like, no, ma'am, no. And I can't stand it when people ask me about astrology and then I tell them, my interpretation of something astrologically. And then they're like, but no, that's not true. Well, like, it's true in the astrological world. You ask my expertise, and I'm trying to tell you, boo. I'm trying to tell you. So she got really mad because I didn't agree with her, and she accused me of arguing. And she's like, I like peace. I don't like arguing like that. She had a bunch of fucking planets in Aquarius, and it was getting on my nerves. It really was because of how she just could not. She was so intellectualized deep in her sign that she could not get it. And then tried to say I was argumentative just because I didn't agree with her ass. Let me pause for a second. People with planets in Aries often get accused for being abusers. They get accused for being bullies, abusers, the aggressor. But a lot of times, a lot of them get argued with. A lot of people attack them. A lot of people come towards them. So don't just assume just because someone has planets in Aries that they are going to be the argumentative one. They may just have to consistently deal with argumentative people or, people constantly getting them to want to fight, being provoked. I don't know how many times since I was a child, people would try to provoke me because I look strong and I look like I could whoop somebody's ass. People would try to provoke me to get into some type of confrontation when I love peace. It's like, I don't want to fight you. No, you look like you want to fight. It's like, no, I don't. Even as an actress, I was always doing these like aggressive fighting roles. But I do, it's a mix. It's a mix of things. But anyway, back to this whole intellectualization here. Basically, this person was trying to tell me that the water and the air were the same thing. Okay? For anybody who believes this, because she made a whole YouTube video about it. She didn't have a lot of followers, thank God. But even then, because people with millions of followers, they tell people this wrong information with such confidence and fury. It's the confidence for me that's the gag. Like, are you serious? So she made a whole video trying to tell people that emotions and logic were the same thing. And you needed emotions to understand logic, and you needed logic to understand emotions. Okay? I get where she was saying how they can intertwine. Of course, they can all intertwine, but they are two completely separate things. And again, it was really hard to explain it to her because she literally had Mercury and Moon in Aquarius. So I was just like, oh my God, I don't know if I'll ever get to this woman. The emotional, the emotion Leo in me energy is just not going to get to this lady. But again, if you see anybody trying to tell you that emotions and logics are the same thing, it is absolutely not. Emotions are water, flow, energy. It's receptive. Okay, it's right brain energy. And then you have logic. It's air. Now, air is flow. Air is still a certain type of flow, but air is masculine energy. Water is feminine energy. They are not the same. Don't ever let nobody tell you those things are the same thing. They're not, and they're different. So her idea was, well, left and the right brain, it's all a part of one brain. Okay, that's a great point if I use left and right brain. But again, it's the same thing. Someone could use the point of air and water. They're a part of the ocean. I mean, they're a part of life and earth. So they're the same thing. No, they're not. They operate on different areas and they are there to trigger different things. Yes, logic can maybe explain emotions, but you start to have a problem because emotions are meant to be felt. They are not meant to be analyzed and picked apart and critiqued. In order to get through a hard time, you literally have to go through the emotions of it and feel your emotions. So I'm not here to make this video super long. I just needed to vent about how irritated I was, again, about people that don't know astrology, but will sit there and argue down with a professional astrologer. We'll sit there and argue down with him. This chick tried to tell me, I know, what was it? Some really dumb shit about the sign Taurus. And I was trying to tell her that is not Taurus. How you gonna tell me what I experienced in my life with people that got Taurus? And I'm trying to tell them, hey, that might have been a sun in Taurus, but maybe they had a bunch of other planets in Aries that changed their whole dynamic. And what you were picking up was their Aries energy. But then they want to talk over you and all that stuff. And I'll just be shutting people down. It's really tough out here. As somebody, the more you know and the humbler you are, the harder it is to really function with people when you're an astrologer. It's really difficult because people, they want to believe it when you want to feed them knowledge and information and you're teaching them. They want to believe everything you say. But the second you tell them that something that they're assessing about astrology is wrong, now you don't know what you're talking about. Now they know more than you because of their life experience. Again, people are reading about zodiac signs and dealing with people in life and then claiming to be astrologers and doing their thing. Hey, I'm retired. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. But that lady pissed me off. She really pissed me off. And she on here now with her YouTube channel telling people lies about astrology. Straight up lies. But like I said, I left her alone. I left that lady alone. I ain't gonna bother her. We ain't gonna shout out her name or nothing like that. But she was an older woman. And she's out here giving out terrible information. So if she's listening to this video, because I know she admired my skills, if she's listening to this video, stop telling people bullshit and pick up a book and actually study this shit. All right, y'all, I love you. Have a wonderful day and take care.